Welcome to This Week in Crowder College, an in-depth look into how Crowder College students, faculty, and staff are working together so students soar to new heights, communities are impacted, and lives are changed. This Week in Crowder College is sponsored by the law offices of Wood and Peterson in Neosho, specializing in workers' compensation, personal injury, Social Security disability, and more. Learn more online at neoshoattorney.com. Now here's this week's edition of This Week in Crowder College.
Welcome to a brand new week of This Week in Crowder College right here on 91.7 FM. Adam Winkler here with you once again, joined this week by Wade Williams. He is the Assistant Director of Development and Alumni Relations out there at Crowder College. And Wade, thanks for being back with us.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Tough to believe we are about a month and a half away from the Festival of Wreaths. And once again, if you could let our audience know just a little history about the Festival of Wreaths and why it's so important to Crowder College.
Absolutely. Festival is just one of those staple events that's been going on for several years, something that started out, this is actually our 21st year of the event. It started out years ago, something very small with the idea that I believe it was Lori Marble had of taking a few wreaths and handing them out to businesses and maybe encouraging them to decorate them and bring them back, and then they would auction these wreaths off and they would try and raise some money for some scholarships. And just over the years it has grown and grown and grown into what it is now. And so now it's a mixture. There is some wreaths and some holiday decor and some trees, but there's silent auction, several items. We have anywhere between 300 to 400 silent auction items. And then we also have a live auction item, or live auction as well.
Well, take me through the process of getting all these items that are available for bidding at the Festival of Wreaths on November 14th. And what's the process on that? Do you have people that just randomly call up and say, hey, we know you guys do this, we want to donate, we've donated before, or is it something you and your team have to work at, or is it kind of a mixture of both?
Yeah, so we actually started for this year, we started on November 8th of last year, so the day after festival last year. We've got a great group of community members and businesses that support the college and have supported the event over the years, and we've been able to each year kind of build on that. So a lot of our supporters are saying, hey, make sure, we want to make sure that we're helping or supporting or donating items for this auction. But we do solicit, we do send out letters soliciting to the area businesses, and we started that process back in July and August. And so that's kind of when the bulk of it really kind of begins, and we've been collecting items since. So we are filling up our spaces for sure with donated items, and still getting emails and letters and things for us to do pickups. So lots of great stuff for this year.
Well, take us through the night. When do doors open? What all takes place there? Obviously, there's hors d'oeuvres that will be served, and just kind of take us through the process of that evening, if you could. Yeah.
So, it's one of the things, it's a really popular community event, and it's one of those things that it's in November, but it's ushering in that holiday season, and all for a good cause. But the silent auction will start at 5, and like I said, we'll have free hors d'oeuvres there for our guests. They can go through the silent auction, and they can also go through the live auction and kind of look at the items that are available for that. But silent auction will end at 6:30, and live auction begins at 6:30 and goes from there. A few things that we are adding, something new this year, is we have what we're calling our super silent auction. So these are some of our items that are going to be a little more, they're silent auction items, but they're a little more premier, harder to find, more popular on-demand items to have. So
now, for that live auction, I know you guys have done this in the past. If people can't be there for the live auction, but they want to participate, are they able to have a proxy there in the room of trying to bid on items while the auction's going on?
For the live, yes, they could have a proxy as well. But for the silent auction, it's all done on their phone, and so whether they want to be here or they want to be 4 states away, they could still be bidding on items during the silent auction. And so that's just one of those great things that we added a few years back that has has really changed the participation in the festival. We've a lot of people who have been dedicated to over the years of making sure that they're attending, and then if something comes up, well, I hate to miss, and being able to donate, but they've been able to participate through the online bid pal of the event. So
Wade Williams is with us today on This Week in Crowder College as we are talking about the Festival of Wreaths coming up on November 14th at 5 o'clock. And tell us where this takes place at, and tell me about the setup time for this for you and your team. How long does it take for you guys to get everything set up for that night?
Well, it's going to take place in L.C. Plaster Community Center on the campus of Crowder College, and we will actually start moving in next week in preparation for starting the creating of our Christmas decor, the trees and the wreaths. We have Jane Lant from down in McDonald County. She's actually serving this year as our foundation board president. But Jane was brought in a few years back, and she's had a very successful wedding and floral business, and she just gives so much of her time and her talent to work on creating stuff for us for free, giving of her time. She'll move in next week, and she'll work all October and up until the event creating stuff. And then we'll be working on gift baskets, going out, picking up donations. So like I said, we're starting to really get in the thick of things for it, and we're just really excited about it because we know that it's all for the students and for scholarships, and it's just going to be a great benefit to them and to Crowder.
So if there's business owners out there that still would like to donate, you guys are still accepting donations for the event?
Absolutely, yeah. We would be more than happy to speak with anyone about any donation that they might have, or even sponsorships. We've got several sponsorship options available, and we've had a few new sponsors that have never donated or been a part of it before that have kind of stepped up and said, hey, we recognize this is a pretty great thing that's being done here locally in our community, and we want to be a part of it, and we want to help out. And so that's been great to see some of that. But they can reach out to the foundation at any point, contact us, and we'd be more than happy to talk to them about that.
Now, if they're planning on coming to the silent auction and the live auction in person, do they need to RSVP so you guys know how many people to expect that night in person?
Nope. They don't. They can just show up that evening. There is a process where they'll register. That way we can make sure that they understand the bidding process on their mobile device. But other than that, it's free and open to the community to come in and support. Like I said, it's all about scholarships for our students, and we typically raise around $100,000 or more. And every bit of that goes directly to the scholarships for students.
Well, and finally, Wade, if someone wants to contact you, if they have more questions or want to give a donation, what's the best way for them to do so?
Best number to call would be our office at 417-455-5646, or they can also email us at foundation@crowder.edu.
Well, Wade, it's been great to catch up with you once again. Best wishes as you guys start the move-in process for the Festival of Wreaths, and we just hope it's another successful year for you guys out there at Crowder College.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for listening to This Week in Crowder College. This Week in Crowder College is sponsored by the law offices of Wood and Peterson in Neosho. You can listen to this broadcast again by going online to kneo.org or to crowder.edu. Tune in once again next week for another edition of This Week in Crowder College on KNEO 91.7 FM.